Welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be making a stand-up lamp, floor lamp, that's going to be using all these bits that I've got here, and I'm going to be making it into an industrial style lamp. So I'll take you through exactly what I'm going to be using and how I'm going to be doing it. So this is the pipe I'm going to be using and connect all these items to it just to create the stand-up floor lamp. It's a 15mm 1/2 inch standard, the medium grade pipe. I'll leave the description in the video description below so you can see exactly what it is. So these are all the items that I've got for this job. I've got an equal T black BSPP female thread 1/2 inch. So all these are 1/2 inch. Apart from this one here, which is a reducer, and it's a concentric reducing socket that reduces from a 1 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. And then I've got an equal cross black female thread 1/2 inch, and I've got a gate valve there, which is a brass one. I've got these here, which are the equal elbow female threads, so they're just a 1/2 inch 90-degree bend. And then I've got these ones here that are female thread. They're equal socket black female threads, and then I've got the equal hexagon male thread BSP. I've got this for the lamp holder. I've just made sure that it's actually then the right size for this. So all I did was just measure it all up to make sure it's correct. So I had to convert the inches, 1 1/4 inch, and then that just screws into here. It works quite well. And I'll be connecting the flex that I've got to the lamp holder. I've also got a die cutter which is going to go on the pipe that I've got, and that, again, that's a 1/2 inch British standard thread die cutter, and I've just got all that to hold it in place. Okay, let's have a play around with this and see how it fits all together. So that goes into there, and then I will put this onto there, and then that connects onto there. That just then connects onto here, and then that connects to the pipe that goes to the floor for the stand section. I'll put this on here as well so it looks like a switch. Okay, that's the top section. I've got enough parts left that I could extend it a bit further. I don't know whether it'd be overkill or not with so many bits. It could have that bit as well. It's quite fun. And then now I've just got to work out the bottom section. So I'm going to have that here. So this is going to be the base. The wire's going to go in there, up to the lamp, through the pipe. That's going to be part of the stand. So I've got the elbow joint here, and those connectors here, and then the T-joint here, like that. And I'll cut a bit of pipe that goes there, make sure it's nice and sturdy and stable. I'll probably do the same size as that to mirror it and for stability. So let's try cutting the pipe. I've got a 60 grit flat disc on here. It's going to be a bit quicker just to rub that down. Okay, I've got this clamped up, ready to go. Probably just need a really good hefty vise to hold it firmly, but this should do. And then just place this over the end, and then just start it gradually by going backwards and forwards until it bites. Keep going like that until it creates a thread. Well, it's not working here, it's just turning and turning. It's not clamping it tight enough on my workbench. So what I'm going to do is to use my vise that I've just set up here. This should grip it tighter. Let's see how that goes. It's not working brilliantly. I've had to use mold grips as well as the vise, and it's still turning. I have to put my foot on it, turn it a little bit, turn it back. So it's not very straightforward. Okay, I've got it all going. All I need to do now is just put some WD-40 on it. And then once it's then bitten, all I'm going to do is just spray it with a bit of lubricant and then just start the process. Turn it 3 times. Okay, this is not working in this little vise with additional clamps and additional mold grips. It just keeps twisting. So what I've got is, I've got the proper thing. I've got a pipe vise. This will just hold it together really firmly. I've attached it to my workbench with some bolts. So let's try this out and see how this goes. It's got a quick release like that, and then this will just sit firmly in here. And now I just can carry on twisting this. I'll put a bit more WD-40 on there just to help with the lubrication. I'm finding I'm having to really force it to rotate it and then just turn it back. So it's quite a slow process and it's quite tough. I think the problem is the pipe's diameter is much thicker than the diameter of the die. Okay, let's take this right off now and we'll see if these fit and I've done it enough. And then now I'll give it a clean up. And then let's see if these fit. Yes, that's great. So it's about a centimetre thread length I've got. Great, so that works brilliantly. I'll do that on all the others. So it just shows you just got to buy the right bit of kit for the job that you need. Okay, I'll turn it around and do the same on the other end. I've cleaned the die up and taken all the bits of metal out, and now I'll start again. So we'll just place it on the end, get it started by turning it around, making sure it's very square. I might have to file it round a little bit more so that it allows it to go over the edge. Okay, that's nice and rounded. Let's see if this now bites. Okay, now it's bitten. Just push hard into it and rotate forward and backwards slightly. Just moving it backwards and forwards until it starts the thread. Nearly there, still hasn't quite bitten yet. Great, now it's started. Feels like it's not going to pop off because what was happening was I was doing it and it was coming off again. Okay, now a bit of WD-40. Okay, now it's bitten. I can just wind it on. Takes a lot of force. And just wind it back again. Just a quarter of a turn. And then another half turn. Further forward and then back. I think that's enough now. So let's unwind it and see what it looks like. Great, that looks good. And then just clean it off. Great, that's all done, that works well. What I'll do now is to just rub it down with a bit of sandpaper because I've created a little bit of damage using the vise. Okay, that's all the pipes threaded and I've rubbed them down a bit just with a bit of sandpaper just to get any rough bits off. And then now it's time to fit it all together. this bit's the top. This bit's the base, and it just screws together. This bit's the base. It's going to sit like that, and then the main stand's going to come up from there. And then this bit's the top, and that just goes into there. And then this bit goes here. And then that bit just screws onto there. Okay, now we can attach it all together. So this bit screws into there. And then the base just attaches onto the bottom. And then this just attaches on and screws on. And I'll just use this just to straighten it up a little bit. It looks like a shower, a little bit bent there. I've just put it back into my vise and I'm just going to bend it into shape. Hopefully it won't spring back into its bent shape again. I've straightened it out a little bit now. Now all I need to do is to put the wire in it. Okay, I've got this 3-core electrical wire. All I need to do now is just feed it through. I might have to undo it at the corners because it's going to be tricky to get it round the bend. But let's have a go. You have to make sure that you twist the wire so that it doesn't stay twisted, if you see what I mean. Okay, now it's time to fit the bulb holder. Now it's time to strip the wires. I've got these automatic wire strippers and that just slots into there, and then do that and that takes the outer sheath off. And then just do the same for each of the wires. The earth gets attached to that part, and then the live and neutral get attached to there. Okay, I've taken the screw, the earth screw out, wrapped the wire around, and then let's try and put that in again. The earth is attached in there now. And then the live and neutral will just get attached to here. It doesn't matter which way round they go. Okay, that's those attached onto there. Okay, that just attaches onto here and then screws together. Okay, that's all screwed together and all clipped in, and then that's screwed onto there, and then it's just got to feed back through. I'll pull the wire through and then screw that into there. Okay, now I'm going to cut the length of the flex that I need, and then I'm going to put a plug on. I've got a black plug, and I've also got a foot switch as well. I'm going to put the plug on first and test it all out before I put the foot switch on, just in case it doesn't work, and at least I know it's either the plug or it's the bulb holder. Again, I'll strip the wire ready to put the plug on. Okay, the brown, the live, goes into the terminal with the fuse on it. Attach the wire into there so it's solid, and then sometimes it's easier just to pop these out to then attach the other wires. But just remember which way round they go, because they go in a certain way. Push the wires down and then fix the cap over. Okay, let's test it out. I'll put a bulb in here and then just plug it in. Yes, it works. So I've had to undo this again just to get the cable into there. I'll turn it anti-clockwise first, just so then it doesn't twist the cable too much. And I'll turn that as well. Now I'll just pull this down into here so it comes out the other end. Make sure it's not twisted. Okay, now I'll put the foot switch on. I'll do it quite close to the base, so probably about there. Chop the wire and then put that on. Like that. Okay, I've cut the wires. I've attached that one to the terminal. The terminals just pop out. That switch pops out as well. So the live will go through this one, and then the earth will go through that terminal. Okay, the live has gone into that part of the switch, and I'll put the other end into the other end of the switch. Okay, that's all connected to the terminals, and it will just attach back into here. Okay, that's all attached into there, and then all I do is just put this on top. Spring, and then the button, and then I'll screw it together. Right. Okay, let's try it out and see if it works. Yes, it works. And the foot switch works as well. What I might do is to hammer out the metal, but just water it down with some white spirit, just because it looks a little bit of a contrast between that nice dark grey colour. Everybody's dancing, dancing to feel alive. When you see me dancing, I'll be dancing. I've just thinned some black metal paint with some white spirit, and I'll just put this on lightly onto the metal pole. See what it looks like. When you're dancing, dancing, you're so beautiful to me. When you're dancing, dancing, make me feel free. When you're dancing. It's quite a nice effect. Let's see what it dries like. So it's looking pretty good now, this light. Where I've painted the black here, it's looking quite good and adds to the industrial look. It's just the base, it's a little bit unstable because it's not wide enough. So I've bought these additional parts, and that will just widen the base a bit more and make it more stable. So these are only about £1.20 each, but it soon mounts up when you buy a few bits. So I'll put a list of all the items that I've used in the video description below. When you're dancing, dancing, you're so beautiful to me. Great, that's much more stable with the base like that. So thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe and give this video a like. Dancing, dancing, you make me feel fine.